For the fire that burns within you is older than fear, stronger than failure, purer than fame. Let it be said that you did not merely exist, but you lived with purpose, with poise, with the fierce resolve of one who remembers what the world forgets. You must remember what the world avoids. You must embrace. As Heraclitus declared, much learning does not teach understanding, but one thing alone is wisdom, to know the thought by which all things are steered through all things. So seek not accumulation, but alignment, not to appear wise, but to become wise. Turn your gaze from what is many to what is one, the steady thread that runs beneath the chaos, the hidden harmony. For the soul that is anchored cannot be shaken. The man who lives in accordance with nature cannot be corrupted. Nature asks not for luxury, but for balance, not for excess, but for essence. And in that essence, you find freedom, not in doing as you please, but in being who you are. To live without discipline is to walk blindfolded through a forest of knives, but to live with discipline is to walk with clarity, knowing each step is your own. Socrates taught the secret of change is to focus all of your energy, not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So build yourself, not just once, but daily, silently, deliberately. Each act of restraint, each moment of honesty, each hour of focused thought is a stone set into the temple of your soul. Build with care, for that temple will become your fortress in storms, your anchor in sorrow, your beacon in confusion. Do not ask for fewer burdens, ask for broader shoulders. Do not wish away the mountain, become the one who climbs it. The virtue of your life is not in how little you suffer, but in how you carry that suffering, with grace, with dignity, without bitterness. Let your suffering teach you. Let your struggle shape you. As Epictetus reminded, you may not control all events, but you can control how you respond, and therein lies your power. The greatest victory is not over others, but over self. The one who has conquered his own desires, his own weakness, his own ignorance stands free, even in chains, and he will not be moved by flattery or fear, by praise or rejection, for he has become unshakable. This is your calling, to become such a soul, not by magic, not by chance, but by repeated effort, by steadfast will, by remembering who you are when the world forgets. For within you lies the spark of the cosmos itself, the same breath that stirred the sea, that shaped the stars, now pulses in your chest. You are not here to follow blindly, but to awaken, to become, to rise. Aristotle taught, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. So choose again and again, not the easy path, but the noble one, not the comfort of the crowd, but the quiet dignity of truth. You must be willing to do what is hard, to think when others drift, to act when others hesitate, to endure when others collapse. For life is not owed to you, it is forged by you. Every trial is a question, asking, will you become greater or will you retreat? Let your answer be a flame. Sophocles wrote, it is not the oath that makes us believe the man, but the man the oath. So become the kind of soul whose word shapes the air, whose presence calms storms, whose silence speaks louder than the noise of nations. You do not need permission to become your highest self. You do not need applause to walk with honor. Let your values be your compass. Let your actions be your anthem. You were born to seek the good, to speak the truth, to live in harmony with the eternal, not the fleeting, not the fashion, but the fire that never fades. It is easy to appear virtuous. It is another thing entirely to be virtuous when no one sees, when no one claps, when only your conscience watches, but it is in those hours that the soul is sculpted. Do not chase outcomes, chase integrity. For outcomes pass, but character remains. You will be tempted to bend your light, to fit into shadows, to shrink your truth, to make others comfortable. But remember, the tree that grows tall must break through the earth, must resist the wind, must dig deep. And you are such a tree. Let the winds come, let the seasons change, let the world tremble. You remain rooted, rising, reaching, not for the praise of others, but for the heavens, for the divine order that calls you to flourish. As Plato reminded, the measure of a man is what he does with power. So wield yours with wisdom, with justice, with restraint. You have the power to build, the power to bless, the power to lead, by example, by sacrifice, by truth. For the soul that seeks virtue will never walk in darkness. Even when the world grows cold, even when the night stretches long, let it burn, the inner fire. Let it guide you through confusion, through sorrow, through temptation. Epictetus taught, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So stand, not with complaint, but with calm, not with resentment, but with resilience. All things are training, every challenge a sharpening of the soul, every disappointment a call to detach from illusion. You are not here to cling to comfort, but to embody courage. As Democritus said, happiness resides not in possessions and not in gold. Happiness dwells in the soul. So feed your soul, not with excess, but with excellence. Let your days be filled, not with noise, but with purpose. For the one who learns to govern himself becomes ruler of a kingdom far greater than any empire. What you allow into your mind becomes the shape of your life. What you repeat becomes your reality. Do not speak against yourself. Do not feed weakness with thought, with word, with habit. Instead, water the seeds of greatness with discipline, with silence, with vision. You must become the one who continues when all others stop, the one who reflects when others react, the one who chooses virtue over vanity. Socrates declared, he who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. So simplify. Return to the essential. Seek not more, but deeper, more silence, more stillness, more truth. Let your ambition rise, not to impress, but to improve, not to gain status, but to give strength. The highest work is the work within Pythagoras taught. No man is free who is not master of himself, and mastery comes, not in bursts, but in breath, in the moment-to-moment discipline of thought, of emotion, of action. You are sculpting yourself with each decision, with each dawn, with each encounter. Choose wisely, for you are become the one who cannot be shaken, because he has been shaken and did not fall. Become the one who cannot be silenced, because he speaks only truth. Become the one who cannot be bought, because his values are not for sale. Let your soul shine through the cracks. Let your scars be sacred. Let your silence be golden. And when you walk, walk as one who knows that time is short, that meaning is rare, that you are here to live awake, not now, not when the mountain has begun to bend before your feet, not when the storm begins to whisper your name with reverence. Marcus Aurelius taught, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So take what resists and make it serve. Take what delays and make it refine. Take what hurts and let it deepen you. This is how the soul becomes radiant. This is how wisdom is born. In the fire, in the test, in the silence. After the fall, you do not grow by avoiding pain. You grow by understanding it. You grow by meeting it with stillness. As Heraclitus reminds, The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. So paint your thoughts in the color of courage, in the hue of honor, in the gold of goodness. Do not dwell in shadows. Do not linger in lesser dreams. You are being called by something higher. Answer, not with noise, but with transformation. Let your days become altars. Let your choices become prayers. Let your actions speak. What words cannot Aeschylus wrote? Wisdom comes alone through suffering, but suffering is not the enemy. It is the chisel that sculpts the statue. It is the storm that teaches the oak how to hold. You are such an oak. You are such a statue. You are such a force, but only if you choose it. Each moment is a gate, a test, a whisper from the eternal. What will you do with it? Will you waste it in comfort, in complaint, in the noise of the world? Or will you rise in silence, in purpose, in grace? As Sophocles declared, rather fail with honor than succeed by fraud. So live, not for applause, but for alignment, not for convenience, but for clarity. Live, so that when the final moment comes, you do not fear the judgment of any god, any man, any mirror. Live, so that your life becomes a light, a legend, a lesson. There are voices within you, still unborn. There is strength still untapped. There is love still waiting to be given, not to be received, but to be given. For greatness is not about taking, it is about becoming. Becoming so full that you overflow. Become so whole that you heal those near you. Become so present that even your silence gives others strength. Let your breath be steady. Let your eyes be clear. Let your life be proof that ancient fire still burns in modern flesh. If you felt inspired by our journey through the Hellenic horizons, give a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your thoughts below.